Hello everyone. I hope we are live. I think yeah, we are live. Just can you confirm that are you able to hear me properly, see me properly, view your stream in the web browser, which is fine. This is also good. Okay. Hi. So can you confirm that okay. Great. I think we started getting the messages. Hey Sandhya, hey Priyanka, hey Rajat, Ekta. Great, great. That's good. I think there's some because I'm using something new tool today for YouTube live stream. That is the Streamlabs desktop. I'm using it. So I hope it looks really good. Perfect. I think. Can you guys hear me properly? My voice is clear, and uh, and the light and everything is good, right? Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming. Nice. Okay, great. Okay. Just confirm me once, guys, that say yes or no. If you are able to see me properly, my voice is very much clear. And perfect, great. Thank you so much. Great, great, Sudhanshu bhai. Thank you so much. Thanks, Rajat. Surendu, thanks, bro. Lakshmi saying I'm Prashanti. Please hi to me. Hi, Prashanti. How are you? Hey, Asan from US. Okay, great, great, nice, 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 great, great, great. Okay, great, guys. I think so. As we discussed in the last YouTube live, also that couple of things to update you guys, and then we will continue with the live today. We will take a couple of questions from the live chat as well, and I have a couple of other scenarios with respect to like not scenarios with respect to automation, but like how to prepare for the interview questions and everything. What are different important things that you really need to know, because it's been a while that we haven't talked about much because the market has changed the and the standards also the market standard also somewhere got changed. I can see that people are more focusing on different areas that you have to be more proactive in terms of while giving the answers and everything, and then what are the different things that you really need to take care about it. And then couple of things happened with other folks as well, that you might facing some problem with the to pick the right offer, because opportunities are really great, but it's difficult to pick the offer, and then people are not able to decide that which offer we have to take, what exactly the compensation and CTC we have to take care about, and all such things. So great, guys, thank you so much for joining. We have Sanjay also from Selectors Hub. Sanjay, many congratulations to get your 200 subscribers for the pro version. That's really great thing. So I think we have good amount of people now, so we can start. So first we will take a couple of things, guys. I won't be able to see right now the questions in the chat, but if you really want to share something in terms of any questions or something, please feel free to write. Definitely I'll try to take as much as possible, okay, after the whatever topic that we are going to decide today. So the first thing is that we are going to Pune. This is a new announcement. The date is already decided. The 6th August is the date, Saturday. So people are coming from different cities to Pune. Please, guys, feel free to come. And it's again the rave test party version 2 that we had version 1 in Bangalore. That was a huge, huge success. And now we are coming to Pune as well. So yeah, Pune, I was there for 1 year in I think in somewhere around 5 6 years back. It's a great city, no doubt, and then we will really want to meet the crowd, the QA community in Pune as well. People are really super excited, and then we have already got more than 75 subscriptions that we have already got. People already registered, like we just announced 2 days back, and registration form is available. End of the session, definitely I'll share the registration form. In fact, Sanjay, if you can share the registration link also here with the community, you guys can come, and then it's a very minimal price, guys. Just come there, and then I'm pretty much sure that You will enjoy the event, you will enjoy the meetup, and then you will get to know a lot of people, and definitely important for your networking, as well as a lot of new things that we are going to talk about, and a lot of good topics we are going to talk about it. And then we are planning to make it even in a very organized way, in a very systematic way, and we make sure that okay, we will entertain you in terms of your learning, in terms of your counseling, in terms of your career growth and everything. So definitely we will have it. And don't get disappointed with other folks also, guys, that definitely Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi, everything will be there. We just need to need some time, because it takes a lot of efforts and time to organize these events and everything. So we will definitely be there, don't worry, in Hyderabad and Delhi, Chennai, like all major cities that we are going to cover for sure. Okay. Now the second thing is that hackathon is also coming, Selenium hackathon, most probably in September mid or September end. So that will be again a huge event that we are going to have it. That is an overnight event. That is again in-person event. You guys have to come, and then will try to solve some problem. We'll try to build up something on top of Selenium or with Selenium, maybe in the form of maybe some theme that we will decide. We are working on it, and that will be a huge event, and I'm sure that it will be a great learning. We all will be together for 24 hours with you guys, and then whatever we want to develop or we want to learn and then write something, we will support, and then we will do that over with those 24 hours. That was like again I think one of the best event that I'm planning. We are planning actually, me, Sanjay and Mukesh once again, and we will do that. Okay, so these are the two major things. Now Ravish, I would request, please don't copy paste the same question again and again. So please try to avoid that. Otherwise, unnecessary, YouTube will spam your messages. Okay, great. Now, first question that I'm going to talk about today is that we have to think that how to explain, first time when you go there, and then once you get the offer, and once you join the company. So what are the different first day activities that you guys have to perform? Because whenever I take training, and then a lot of people, they are coming from manual testing background, and they don't have any idea about automation. You just got trained, but you really don't know what is the first thing that we have to perform, and how will you justify your experience and everything. And then it should not feel like you are a newbie and then you don't know anything about automation. You just attended some courses or something, and then you are coming over there. That's very important. That plays very important role, because cracking interview, it's fine, but when you join the company, that's totally different thing. And again, I'll repeat that, guys, if you are showing any fake experience, that we never recommend. We never say that show experience in terms of fake or something. Never do that. We never promote it on our channel also. So please make sure that you are not showing any fake experience in your resume. Whatever you're showing, whatever the experience, if you have only 6 months of experience also, please try to show that. If you really want to feel comfortable that I can show at least 1 year experience or 2 years experience in automation. Let's say you are having around 1.5 years and you really want to show 2 years. It's okay to show that in your resume, but make sure your preparation is accordingly good. Make sure that you are prepared accordingly. So that's very, very important to crack interviews. And then somehow you crack the interviews. When you join the company, first initial days, what will happen with you? So what is the first thing? Can anyone tell me in the chat? What do you guys have to do the first day? The first day is that make sure that you are filling all the formalities and everything, the form and the registration and everything that you are doing, enrollment, everything is done in the first day. And immediately you talk to your engineering manager, your reporting manager, who is the right person. And then you have to meet other team members also. It's not like first day itself that they will start giving you the automation framework and then develop something. No, you should not do that, and you cannot do that. In fact, if I'm also joining, I cannot do that. So first thing, you should always go with that, and then ask about the documentation. If they have written any functional test cases that they have written, or any number of bugs that they have logged already, and then product knowledge, and you plan for the KT. But don't expect everywhere that people will proper plan for the KT. KT means the knowledge transfer about the product and about the automation. You have to take the initiatives, because I can see in my training also, people come and then say Naveen, nobody's actually there to give me the KT, and then I'm totally alone, and nobody's going to help me. See, this is the way industry works. You cannot expect everything from everywhere. There are chances, there are people that they won't help you. Maybe they are busy and they don't have any process to start the KT or something. Then in that case, you have to use your things. Don't feel demotivated. Don't feel that no, this is not the right choice that I have picked, and then next day I'm going to resign the company or I'm going to abandon the company. That's not the right way, because what is the guarantee when you join a new company or a new team, once again, what is the guarantee that okay, same thing will not happen? So it's everywhere. You cannot expect everything, 100% things from everywhere. Maybe your manager is amazingly great, but team is not that great. Maybe the work is great, but manager is not that great, right? Maybe everything is fine, but your package is not that great. So somewhere you have to adjust the things, guys. Now, the first day is that you should always ask about the product training. The product knowledge is very, very important, because end of the day, we all are testers, we all are QA. So you have to make sure that, okay, what if the product that we have, what kind of domain, try to understand the domain, because this is something very important. You are not like a robot that just to try to automate the things from manual to automation test cases and then done. If somebody is asking about, okay, can you please explain me about that scenario? Can you please explain me about that particular feature? And then you are totally blank. You have no idea about it. That looks very bad, guys. You should never do that. So as an automation engineer or QA engineer or manual QA engineer, you have to make sure that you are actually learning the product. That's very, very important. So first day, ask about the product, about the documentation and everything, and then just go for it. Second thing is that obviously you are more inclined towards automation, no doubt about it. But if you're going with automation thing, then ask that, okay, what exactly your automation repositories are there. So first thing I'll tell you that don't ask that, okay, can you give me automation project something via email, or can you please copy paste the code in the email, or can you please give me the zip file or something. Nobody's going to give you that. You have to make sure that, okay, people are giving you the Git repository URL, the GitHub URL and everything. So whenever you are getting the GitHub URL in the conference pages or maybe anywhere in the documentation, immediately you try to clone the project. So you should know about that, how exactly Git works, how to take the latest clone from the Bitbucket or Git or GitLab or something. So because the code base is always available on the GitHub side, on the cloud side, and it's not like somewhere is in the machine, somebody already set up in their Eclipse or IntelliJ, and then exactly they will give it to you. No, it never happens like that in 99% of the companies. So you have to clone the project, and then after cloning the project, you have to import the project in your favorite Eclipse or IDE or IntelliJ, that whatever the project that you're using it. If it is a JavaScript based project, you can use your Visual Studio Code or any other editor that you can use it. If it is Python, you can use PyCharm or something. If it is Java, you can use Java IntelliJ, or Eclipse also you can use that. But you have to clone the project and then import the project in your Eclipse, and then see that, okay, yeah, what exactly the package structure that they have used, what exactly the different folder structure, how exactly these people, they have developed the test cases and then page classes, if they are using the page object model. Definitely now your basics will come into the picture, your knowledge will come into the picture, how exactly these people, they have organized the pages over there and the test cases over there in the SRC test Java or under SRC main Java and all such things. And then you have to check about their runners, how exactly they are generating the report and everything, and then how exactly they are maintaining the test data and different types of report that they are using it. Have they integrated with some environment like maybe Sauce Labs or any cloud environment, or they are running the test cases in their local or in some remote machine? So you have to check their configurations and everything. So to understand that, you should have at least some basic idea about how exactly the framework will work. So you spend 1 or 2 days, try to debug the code, try to execute the code in your local from your Eclipse only, and then how exactly these things are working. And then after that, you start looking into other and more test cases, and then you start getting involved with their daily sprint cycle or something, and then daily stand-up that you are attending, and then ask that, okay, fine, now I can understand the framework, I know the in and out about the framework. If you really need any kind of help, you can ask some other automation engineers also that, okay, hey, how exactly you guys have created this method, where exactly your utilities are available, where exactly your test data management that you guys are using it, can we improve this, what are the different test cases that you have already automated, do you have any mapping in the Confluence page between manual versus automation test cases mapping or something like this, how exactly you guys are planning for automation and estimating for automation. Ask certain valid questions, and then it will give you a lot of good pictures about it. And please improve your debugging skills, because debugging is very, very important. Because when you debug the code, right, debug the framework, you can understand any framework. 70-80% things now you guys can easily learn the things if you debug the code properly. That's very important. So please try to debug the code, try to understand how exactly line by line, method by method, class by class people are joining and then people are using it, right? So in that way, you just try to understand the framework, and then after that, when you are good to go, you feel comfortable that okay, yeah, it's absolutely fine, then you, I'm pretty much sure that you can ready to pick the new assignment, and then you ask them, okay, fine, now I'm ready to take the new assignment. But after that also plays very important role. These days most of the people, they know how to write the Selenium code, how to write the Java, and how to write the basics of programming and basics of scenarios. But for example, let's say we have already designed the framework, because it's a very rare chance that you will go there and then you have to design the framework from the scratch. You agree or not? Majority of the people, because it's automation industry is like from last 10-15 years, we have seen that okay, there is a boom in the industry from, especially from last 5-6 years. Everybody is having their own automation framework in their project. Everyone is having their own design patterns and everything. They have already implemented that. So it's a very rare thing. I'll come on this point also, that is the next question. But everywhere you will go there and you have to work on the existing project. So then in that case, you have to be smart enough to understand their project. And it's not like that, okay, no, this is the totally wrong thing that you guys have written. Better, let me write everything from the scratch once again. That will never happen, guys, because obviously that you cannot scrap everything and then you design the framework from the scratch once again. No, you have to work in the existing framework. If yes, any improvement areas are there, definitely you have to improve those things, and you have to make sure that okay, yeah, we can improve this, we can improve that, we can just delete the unnecessary code or duplicate code, or improve the reusability things and everything that you can implement that. That's again the, you can implement that. But designing the new framework is a bad idea once again. So once you go there and then you have written everything and then you are ready to, you have debugged everything, you understood everything, and you're ready to write a new framework, or sorry, new page classes or test classes, let's see, that you have written. Then after that, you have to merge the code with the main master branch. So don't you think it's very important to understand that the Git process, the Git workflow, how exactly the source code management is working? Because the version control management is the most important thing. Because think about it, you guys are working with the 5 or 6 team members together, and then you have no idea that how to merge the code, how to raise a PR, right? How to raise a PR, and then how to merge the code, and then how to make sure that okay, once my PR is approved or once my PR is rejected, in that case, what exactly I can improve the code so that I can again merge the code and I can raise a PR for that. That plays very important role, because and then you are totally blank. If your managers or your team lead says, okay, hey, can you please raise this particular PR? Can you please take the latest pull from my master branch or from my feature branch, and then you please make your changes, and then again you raise a PR, and then you are totally blank what exactly this guy is talking about. Because we are so much involved in different activities, like in terms of framework designing, in terms of learning Selenium and everything. But now I think we should make sure, okay, our levels are up. We have to make sure that, okay, we have to raise the bar high in terms of learning a different infrastructure tool also, in terms of Maven, in terms of Git repository and other infrastructure environment structure also. We have to learn about it, and without Git, guys, you cannot survive. That's for sure. If you're thinking, okay, somebody will push the code on behalf of me, because every time you cannot push the code, you cannot merge the code directly to the master branch. You have to go through a typical PR process. PR means the pull request process. Somebody will review your test cases, somebody will check your code, and then once everything is fine, then only they will allow you to merge the code to the master branch. You think about it, if your code is having a lot of bugs, and then you have deleted some important methods from the utilities, or from important generic utilities that you have deleted, or maybe you have overridden someone's code, do you really think so that okay, your code should be merged to the master branch? No, right? So in that case, they are very particular about it. In fact, in some companies, if you go to in European companies or in that environment, that if you see that people are very particular about the variable name also. In fact, for a proper comment also, they are very much particular about it. The moment you write a wrong method name or wrong variable name, or any bracket is missing, or any return statement is also missing, immediately they will reject your PR. So you have to be very particular about it. Please start learning those things. Please start learning about Git processes, the Git workflow processes. I'm not saying you have to be super duper master and then the rock star in Git, but at least the basic thing: pull the command, push the command, merge the code, create a branch, branching processes, local branching processes, how to work with the remote branches, how to work in the local branches, right? How to handle the merge conflicts and everything, stash pop and all such thing. I think you should very much be aware of it. Please try to learn those things, because I can see in the trend, a lot of people, they struggle about it, right? Okay. Now the next thing is that once you are comfortable with the PR process and everything, and then you start picking some new code, or let's see new things. Or after that, immediately after that, you can start picking the existing code also. If you can improve that, you can improve that. If you feel that, okay, yeah, this should be converted, this 1,000 lines of code that unnecessary that we have written, an unnecessary duplicate and boilerplate code you guys have written. So very politely you can ask that, okay, hey, can we convert, can we create a generic utility? We can use the concept of proper object-oriented programming. We can create the concept of inheritance over there, write multiple generic utilities, and then why don't we use those utilities, the common utilities, we can create that. Why are we using the same code again and again? So in a very proper way, you can convey your message and then say, okay, fine, this is what we really want to do that. And then we can just improve the things, and then see the execution time will drastically reduced, and our static code analysis also drastically improved in that way. Better to avoid the duplicate code in that such, right? But don't bluntly say that, okay, whatever you guys have written, it's wrong, and then let me design the framework once again from the scratch. It will create unnecessary dispute among the team members, and that maybe those people, they won't like you. In that case, you have to be very systematically, you have to make sure that, okay, you are contributing for the project as well as you are contributing for the or for the automation projects also. Okay, that's again very important thing. Now the second question I really want to pick, that what if you are joining a team where the framework is not at all available, and then obviously that's a good opportunity, no doubt about it, and there is no framework, there is no proper automation thing, or maybe basic framework is there, only 5-10% things that they have already automated, but that is again not a systematic thing that they have designed. Then don't hesitate. If you really feel that, okay, not a single proper design pattern these people they are using, not a single important the way we are using the automation practices that we are using it, they are not following that. If you feel that, please don't hesitate to raise a concern to the management. If you really hired me for that particular thing, right? If you really hired me for especially for the automation point of view, then we have to make sure that, okay, we have to raise a concern, proper automation concern. As an expert, you have to explain that, okay, these are the problems. You can just jot down all the problems and then discuss with your automation team, and then you can just discuss about that, okay, what are different things we can improve in this particular framework, and then this is a design that I propose from my side, and then we can drastically improve the process, and then we can drastically reduce the manual hours and manual efforts also. That also you can definitely sure about it, you can do that, right? So please guys, don't hesitate to raise the concerns if you're feeling that, okay, this is something is not at all good, because otherwise you will be frustrated after a couple of months, because nobody's going to hear you, management is also not bothered about it, and in that case I think that will be a bad thing, right? Okay, now another thing with respect to automation, when you go there and then you have to decide that which automation tool you pick, that which automation tool that you really want to pick. So it's not about that, okay, only the one specific tool is the only choice. You think about it, that what kind of project it is, what kind of product it is, what kind of application it is, if it is a desktop application or web application, or majority of the things they are doing on mobile automation mobile apps or something. In that case, you figured out that which is the right tool and which right framework that we have to pick. If they are really dealing with a lot of data or something, if they are really dealing with some very complex application that they are using it, and they are very minimal use cases on the web application, and majority of things that they are doing on the mobile application or Android or iOS, then in that case you have to pick the tool smartly, right? So make sure that, okay, or let's see they are using some some hardware testing, or and then some lot of backend things that they have written. In that case, obviously Selenium will not work. So Selenium is not the only choice. We have other tools also. They are using heavily AngularJS and React.js based application. In that case, you can go with the Selenium with JavaScript or Cypress or other tools, Playwright also, other tools also you can suggest, and then you can just accordingly do a POC and then make sure that, okay, yeah, these things are working fine or not. These tools are available in the market like Selectors Hub. Try to inspect the DOM, play with the DOM at least for 1 or 2 days. How exactly these people they are using the technology in terms of UI? Am I really able to identify the elements in the DOM? Am I just write a simple main method, try to automate a couple of scenarios from login to this, and then try to present a POC that, okay, yeah, this is what, and then immediately you will realize that, okay, yeah, I'm able to automate these things, and then yeah, it's absolutely good to go in that way. Otherwise, blindly if you say, okay, yeah, let's pick this particular tool number A, and then after that, after a few test cases, you are struggling a lot, and there is no much solution available in the market, then in that case, it will be a very, very challenging thing, especially with the paid tool. In the paid tool, while doing the marketing and everything, they tell you a lot of things. They tell you that, okay, yeah, we will do this, we will do this, yeah, we can do that. But when you actually implement the things in the real time projects, and then you're totally blank, and you've already paid a huge money for that, and you've already promised to the management that, okay, yeah, we are going to use this particular tool. In that case, it will be a bad thing, guys, that you will not be comfortable to implement the things. Because I can see a lot of people, almost like daily I talk to a lot of people, on LinkedIn and through the emails also. Sometimes they personally message me also that, okay, I mean, this is what we are struggling. Then I always ask the question that, okay, on what basis you suggested this particular tool? And then they have no idea about it, and then the life will be very frustrated. In that case, you will be very demotivated. So make sure, okay, guys, that please make sure that you are picking the right tool for right automation. That's very, very important. Now, the fourth thing that I'm going to talk about with respect to the performance engineering also, and the security testing as well. Because this is something you can impress the management, that why don't we consider the performance testing and the security scanning also. That's very, very important thing, because this is the way you can just make your value in the company, in the project, that nobody is actually talking about the performance engineering or performance testing for the application. Functionality wise, it's absolutely fine, but the moment we hit 500 with 1000 users, then immediately your application is getting crashed, or application is super slow and not responding properly. So don't you think that it is like very difficult for the customer also, that then definitely, let's see, if you're working in some e-commerce application or some banking application, or maybe some mobility services or any flight booking services, in that way, that definitely your application will crash, and then it's a QA responsibility to improve that. I'm not saying, okay, you have to be super duper good in in performance testing, or like some tool that specifically you have to pick. The tool selection, again, it depends on your requirement, what kind of requirement, what kind of application, what kind of performance testing use cases that you have. Because performance testing is slightly different from the functional testing that you have to think about it. So please make sure, guys, that you are insisting the management that, guys, please think about the performance and the security testing also. That plays very, very important role here, right? Okay, because see, I'll tell you, the majority of the problem in India is not only in India, in fact, everywhere. You agree or not, you just feel free to write your comment in the comment section. What do you think about it? Did you experience the same thing? That whenever you propose something with respect to performance, and management is not ready for that. In fact, I have seen from my management in my previous companies, okay, Naveen, just leave about the performance testing, just focus only and only on the functional testing. Make sure that, okay, there are no functional bugs in the application. Forget about the performance testing. Forget about it, okay, after 100 users or 500 users or 5000 users, whatever it's happening, just forget about it. We will take care of it later in the production. But how can you do this? Because later in the production means what? Definitely in the production it will not work. And then in that case, everything is coming on you, and then on your shoulder, that, okay, the testing team could not suggest this. And immediately at the time of appraisal, your manager will point a finger on you that why didn't you raise this concern with respect to performance? So in that case, guys, please make sure that you have to be very careful about in terms of performance. Give the importance to the performance testing also. And then I'll tell you one important fact. Whenever you are going for picking a company, that is another factor that you have to think about it, that just ask about the product. Just ask about what kind of the customers that they have. What is their customer scale? The scale is very important. You understand a scale, right? Whenever you're joining a company, for example, if I'm joining a company with respect to e-commerce, the scale is so high. So 50,000 users, 60,000 users during Thanksgiving Day or Diwali seasons or something like that. And in that case, that plays a very, very important role, because that is where the amazing learning you will see. Amazing learning in terms of infrastructure, because the more and more customers, the more and more users, and more hits that you are getting on your application, on your services, then more and more better and complex infrastructure that you have to use it. So that will be a great learning in these companies. That's why we say that the product-based companies, they're amazingly great to work with them, because their infrastructure, their DevOps, their SRE activities, their infrastructure is so good that everybody is playing on the cloud, and then they have very heavy infrastructure that they are using it, the kind of machines, the kind of load balancing mechanism, the kind of horizontal, vertical balancing that they are using it, and it's amazingly great. When I was in Walmart, and that time we were hitting 50,000 requests per second we were getting on the partner portal, and that was crazily that we have to make sure that, okay, So we were preparing for the entire year just to make sure that on Thanksgiving Day that our system is not getting down. So when you work in with these companies with this kind of infrastructure, I'm pretty much sure that guys, the learning will be great in that way, right? And that way, if you understand the design and everything, that is my next point actually. So when you understand the design, that will give you a more better picture. That will give you a better package also. I can see in the chat a lot of people are talking about the package and everything. See guys, package you will get when you have to show your skills. That's very important. If you really want to get the package from 10 lakhs to 25 lakhs, you have to make sure that, okay, you have to understand the system. You are very much eligible for that. You eligible in terms of, because you know the skills, you have those skills, you know the things, you know the tools and technologies about that particular tool, and then yes, you can give a lot of value addition for that particular project. So that's very important. That's what people, they don't understand. It's not like that magic will happen overnight. I always say this thing that magic will not overnight. You have to put some efforts, you have to learn the things, then the package will definitely will behind you. Don't worry about that, right? So that's what you have to understand, these things guys. Now the next question that I'm going to talk about with respect to in that area only, that how exactly the domain and the technology stack in terms of design is important. So let's quickly talk about the domain as well. Whenever you are joining a company and if you're showing a very least interest in your domain expertise, let's see if you're applying for financial domain, let's see if you're applying for JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley or these Barclays Bank or these tools, I mean these banks are available, or if you're applying for, let's see, any e-commerce services or any mobility services or flight booking or an aerospace or banking application or any fintech application that you are going to apply for that. So in that case, that plays a very important role guys, because if you are not showing the domain knowledge or domain expertise from your previous project also sometimes, then in that case you might get the rejection, because at the manager round, in the manager round, in the director round, they really want to know what kind of problems that you actually solved in your previous company. Automation is not about the only cool thing. They are talking about, okay, hey, what kind of domain, like what exactly kind of problem that you were solving for your customers and for the users. Because whenever you see a proper job description from these companies, you will always see we are hiring smart people who are ready to solve certain problems. Certain problem means a customer problem. If you're really looking for Amazon or Facebook or Google, they always try to focus upon your the problem solving skills. Problem solving skills is not about how smartly the code that you are writing. The problem solving means how exactly you understand the customer and the customer and the domains. Can you really solve these complex problems that we are trying to build up? Let's say in terms of crypto, in terms of blockchain, in terms of e-commerce, in terms of meta, in terms of meta space. So how do you really have any idea about it or not? So that plays very important. But if you're bluntly saying that no, I have no idea about it, I have just simply I'm not bothered about the domain and everything, you just give me the automation work, I'll do that. Otherwise then what is the point? Then I can just simply hire another XYZ guy also. I can outsource my automation projects also. So we really want guy who can definitely do the testing, definitely convert those test cases into automation, do some value addition, and then the domain who can understand the domain. That's the problem majority of the automation engineers I can see in the industry. In fact, in my previous companies also, nobody wants to learn about the domain. Nobody wants to learn about the product, and they feel so proud, so much attitude. No, that's a problem with the attitude also, because when you learn the technology, suddenly you're coming from the manual testing to automation, you got a nice package, and then you have that unnecessary things in your mind that, okay, no, I'm the boss in the company, in the team, in the QA team, and other manual testers who are really damn good in their job in terms of product and everything, they are nothing in front of you. That is a wrong mindset, guys. That's a wrong thing. QA mindset is very, very important, guys. That's very, very important. Try to understand. Trust me, I'm having more than 10 plus years of experience in the industry now, and I can see that this is what majority of the people, they do the blunder. They don't much focus on the automation, much focus on the domain and the product thing. In fact, I was also having the same problem few years back. I was saying that, okay, no, I just want to work with respect to automation only. That's a wrong thing that we are, giving a message to the management. You have to make sure that, okay, learning and giving the importance to both the things, especially the domain expertise is very, very important, because end of the day, for management, for company, what matters, your domain knowledge matters a lot, right? Now, the second thing is that the tech stack. what we do is that we are coming from the QA background, testing background, and we are really not bothered about how exactly the product is designed. I really don't bother about they are using MongoDB or Oracle or microservices or monolithic or what kind of tools and technologies. For the dev tech stack point of view, we don't give, right? We don't give the priority on those things. Do you really give that? I hardly see people that they talk about it. The moment I talk about, hey, what is MongoDB and what is NoSQL database, and immediately I get a question that, okay, Naveen, is it really necessary for a QA to learn those things? See, it's not about the QA and the dev thing. It's all about, it's part of your, if it's part of your project. Your application is built upon those those tools and technologies. You have to at least have some basic idea about it. Otherwise, how will you test it? That is the problem. In fact, you won't believe, I was like discussing with one of the very senior QA guy, and then I don't know take any names here, but that guy told me I recently learned about the API and I'm having around 20 years of experience, and then I was that good in API and all such things, in the testing and everything. Then I immediately asked this question, after 20 years, now you got to know what is get call, post call, put call, then how exactly you tested your application in terms of backend from last 20 years? It means you have no idea how exactly API works. You have no idea how exactly the microservices and the REST APIs and the SOAP based APIs or monolithic environment, how exactly it works. And they had no idea about it. So that's a very old school mentality, guys. We should not go in that way, because we are also coming from the engineering background. We also have to make sure, we have to challenge the developers. We have to make sure, okay, whatever we are testing, we should know in and out about the product, in and out about in terms of technology stack also, that developers, they are using it. That will help you a lot to understand the product, understand the tech stack, and then that will help you a lot to improve your testing as well. If I say, okay, hey, there is a messaging queue, the Kafka messaging queue, the moment I trigger my services, the messages are coming to the Kafka messaging, and then from there I'll just consume the messages from that particular Kafka queue or from the MQTT queue or messaging queue. And then you don't understand that. Then if I give you this opportunity to work on these backend system, and there you are totally blank. So don't be just a black box tester only for the UI and UI automation. Try to understand that how exactly things are happening in the background. That plays very important. And then it's really good to see that, okay, a lot of people now giving the importance to these things as well. You have to understand that if they're using a Spring Boot, try to go into their code. Everything is open. Everything is available in the form of repositories. You just go there and then try to clone the projects. Try to see that where exactly in the last commit, what kind of commit changes that these people they have done. What exactly in which file that they have done, which logic that they have implemented that. Did they really cover the unit test cases or not? And then try to see that. I'm not saying you have to learn those Spring Boot or some high undo things. No, I'm not saying that. Just at least try to understand the high level technology stack. What is the flow of your data? What is the flow of your APIs? Do you understand that, okay, how exactly HTTPS works? Do you have any load balancing concept? Do you know what is API gateways and everything? And if you have no idea about it, then you're totally blank. Do you really know that, okay, in your API automation in your API implementation, what is the concept of different types of authorization or authentication that you guys are using it? Is it auth 2.0, 1.0, basic auth, digestive auth, primitive auth? What kind of auth it is? It's a bearer token. How exactly that particular token is getting generated? If you don't understand those things, then how will you learn, and then how will you test the things? People just say, okay, fine, no Naveen, I have just, these are the Postman APIs, and these are the collections that I have, the Postman collections, or maybe in the form of Swagger or in the form of Postman collection. We just import it, we just hit the URL and get the response. And then we are claiming that, okay, we are API testers. You are testing for API, but you really don't know how exactly these APIs are working. There's some important corner cases, important negative test cases, or very important use cases you are actually missing over there, because it plays very important, guys. Otherwise, if you're just playing from the UI and you really don't know what is happening in the backend, and how exactly you really don't know how to hit a basic SQL query also, and how to make sure that, okay, the data is coming properly from the database to API to the middleware to the UI. And if you really don't understand that, if you really don't know the basic client server architecture, then you are missing a lot of things over there in terms of testing, in terms of use cases as well. So please give the priority to the domain as well as the technology stack. That plays very important role. You just go there in every company, developers, they are using this practice, they must be having the technology stack diagram, how exactly the flow is happening, what are different tools and technologies these people are using it. That plays important. I cannot give everything in terms of YouTube videos or training. You have to be proactive, okay, in your company, in your project. Okay, hey, let's talk to developers, let's talk that, okay, hey, how exactly these people are doing it. Can you please explain me, can you please tell me your source code so that I can quickly have a look, and then you try to discuss about it. That plays very, very important, guys. You agree or not, just try to write in the comment section as well that do you really agree that domain and the technology stack plays very important role to become a very good tester. Okay, so that's the thing. So how to, let's see, Arena is asking how to get the domain knowledge. See, domain knowledge, I cannot tell you that, okay, I can just tell you very high level thing. Let's see what happens in the e-commerce, because let's see, my background is coming from e-commerce, or let's see, fintech company. But the domain knowledge, and nobody is expecting at the time of interview also that you should have that domain knowledge that you are going to join the company. Let's say you're coming from e-commerce and I'm hiring you for the banking domain. I'm not expecting that, okay, you should have the banking domain expertise. But when you go there, and then you should have that, okay, hey, this is what I have done, this is what the problem that we try to solve in terms of customer. That is what I gave the advice from the QA side to the product management that, okay, hey, can we improve this, can we do this as a customer, can we do something like this, that will be a better thing for the customer point of view and for the revenue point of view. These are the things that you can just explain during the director's round or during the manager round. And once you join the company, try to understand the business people. Try to talk to the business people, try to understand the acceptance criteria, talk to the client, talk to different stakeholders. That plays very important role. This is how you raise the the quality and then importance of the QA also in the team. Otherwise, what will happen, this guy just only for the manual testing, or just give the sprint and these are the acceptance criteria, and then you are just good to go. That's it. This is not going to help you guys. And don't I would say defame this domain thing. Domain is nothing. I just here only for automation. Automation is fine. It's such a fantastic thing that as a revolution happened in the QA industry, that okay, people are just minimizing their work in terms of automation from manual to automation. That's fine. But end of the day, it's the QA thing. End of the day, it's a testing thing. We have to test it. We have to develop. They have to develop, and then we have to test it, and then we have to deliver the best quality product to the customer. So that plays a very important role, right, guys? Okay, great. So now another question also that a lot of people, actually I have all these questions with me, so I'll consider those questions first. Another point that I really want to raise, that with respect to service based company and the product based companies. So it's not like, okay, service based are not that great, but product based companies are really great or something like this. But there are some differences, no doubt about it, and we all are agree with that. But it's not like, okay, in product based companies you will be getting some amazing work, but in service based companies you won't get anything. That's not true. It's not like that. I know a lot of people, they're coming from service background. They're coming from these companies like Infosys and then Cognizant and IBM and everywhere. People are like doing amazing work over there. And I've seen some product based companies also, people not doing anything over there. They're just focusing on a small part of the product, and then they are just good to go. It's not like that. Okay, so everywhere, everyone is having their importance. It's up to you that where exactly you really want to go. If you are really interested to solve some amazing problems that these companies are building, the advantage with the product team is that the product companies is that they have a one specific product. Let's say, for example, you are joining as a in some company, like let's say product based company, let's say you're joining Ola or Uber or maybe some e-commerce company. So they all are focusing upon only one problem here, that okay, hey, this is how we have to implement the mobility services in the market. This is how we have to implement the hotel management services in the market. This is how these are my competitors, and how can I give the best services to my customer as compared to my other competitors. So the entire team, the entire organization is actually having only one single mindset. This is the product that we have, and we have to use the best tools and technologies that we have to use that, and that way we have to implement that. That is the advantage that you will be getting it. And then obviously the domain knowledge and the other technology stack that you guys will be using it. And there are some really smart people, you will really see around you, people are coming from different really good colleges, really good company background, and technology people, they are using it and they are joining it. In product based companies, majority of the people they are working as such, there is no concept of bench, just like we have in the service based companies. That is a major slightly disadvantage I see with the service based companies, that okay fine, in service based we have more and more people because we have more and more clients, more and more accounts. Today for 6 months and for 3 months you're working in this project, after 6 months you will be moving to a different project. So your learning curve is also good over there, because your every company, I mean every project is having different technology stack, domain and everything. You will be learning more and more tools, more and more domain expertise you will be getting it. So that's again a nice experience. And then service based companies are more service oriented, means in terms of process oriented. CMMI level, they have to maintain the quality indexing and everything, and then CMMI 3, 4, 5 level, that you have to maintain that. Auditing is happening and all such things are happening in very particular, they are very particular about it to maintain the, to maintain the stage and everything. The status also they have to maintain. But in product companies, the work culture is slightly light. The work culture is slightly, slightly light in terms of working, in terms of working hours, in terms of micromanagement and everything, because they all are working on the same thing. Another thing is with respect to service-based companies, that yes, you will be getting good opportunity in terms of on-site and everything. You will be getting a chance to move to different countries like US or Europe or any other countries. You can move there in product-based companies, because obviously that chances are there, but it's less. It's not that for a longer period of time you're going to abroad or something like this. It's not like this, guys. Okay, so it's up to you. If you really feel that okay, yeah, I can really solve some problem, I'm really interested in this particular domain, and then that level of expertise I won't get, that level of work I won't get in service-based companies. So you figured out, okay, fine, for let's see cab booking system or for this thing, these are different companies are available in the market, right? So I'll have to target and what exactly the interview level I have to pick, and on the basis of that you have to start doing that. Or maybe some small product company or some small startup, they are working on some really cool a feature in the market that they are doing, trying to solve some problem. And then if you really want to contribute for those projects and you really want to be the success of that particular team or that for this, I think I'm pretty much sure that okay, you should join these companies as well. Right now, the next question that I'm going to talk about is that your salary thing. That is also very hot topic these days, although I never comment on the exact figure, and today also I'm not going to comment about the exact figure, but it's still that you have 4 to 5 offers, and then which one is you have to pick, and then okay, this is giving you 20 lakhs, this is giving you 19 lakhs or 18 lakhs or 25 lakhs. See guys, you have to be very particular about it, because I can see the trend from last couple of years. People are really getting amazing offers, because in QA, in automation, people are getting really good offers. You can see every day people are sharing their success stories and packaging and everything on LinkedIn or social media. People are sharing it. People are getting 4 to 5 offers. It's not a big deal these days. First of all, that I really don't want to comment that okay, you have to join only one company or something like this, you are losing the opportunity for others. It's not like that. What I'm saying here is that you have to pick a right company for you. First of all, that you have to decide the money matters a lot for you, or the work-life balance matters, or the work, because that plays very, very important. You are getting some amazing package, let's see a 25-30 lakhs ka package, and then you are not getting enough good amount of work, a lot of micromanagement, and your manager is always behind you, and he's always asking for every small thing that okay, he's poking you and pointing you in that way. Then I think it's not a good culture. Every day he's asking about that what exactly you're doing, please do that, and he's not able to understand your concerns as well, and then you are not able to you don't have that liberty to implement the things in that way. Then what will you do with that package? Because your life is not that great, you're not happy with the work, you're not enjoying your work. In that case, I think it's a bad decision. I can see a lot of examples. People are coming and then take a wrong decision. In fact, in the last meetup also, a couple of people were exactly discussing the same thing with me, that Naveen, we got a package and we just I just left another company that was giving 2 lakhs less package. I would have joined that company for getting a better work or something. So in that way, guys, I think you should be really concerned about it, and you should really think about it, that how exactly you have to pick a right company. If you're just taking around 2 hours to just go to that company, and again 2 hours in the evening you're coming back, it means you're spending like 3 to 4 hours on the road. And you think about it, these days in this competitive world, you're losing your 4 hours every day. That is a major thing. I cannot even think about it. You won't believe, I just always think that okay, if I'm getting, let's say, not well, if I'm getting sick, or I'm taking some long holidays also. I always think, okay, fine, 10 days of holiday means like 10 days are gone for me. So that concern, it will always be there in your mind, that this is what you have to think about it, that okay, make sure that your whatever the location of office location is very nearby. Otherwise you are like losing 3 to 4 hours, especially in big cities like Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad and Delhi. So there is no point, right? I don't want to comment on work from home thing or go to office. It's totally individual choice. I support both the things. Work from home is also important, and then going to office and meet with new people and meet with the company team members and everything, that is also equally important there. But just think about it before picking the right offer, right company, domain, what kind of work they have, what kind of things that they have in terms of automation and in terms of domain. Is it really a nice tool? Is it really important tool in the market? Is there or not? I can see a lot of people, they just use one company and then the tool is some XYZ license tool that they are using it. And that is like really bad, and that tool is not a single opportunity available in the market, and it's just simple tool that everything is already there. You just need to come there and execute the test cases and then publish the report, and that's it. So what exactly you are learning, right? But at the same time, your other colleague joined some different company where he's actually learning some really good thing and then participating in a lot of automation development activities and running the test cases and everything, and then sharing all those things. So in that way, I think that is a better opportunity in terms of these companies. So please ask certain questions. What are different things that you guys are using it in terms of automation, in terms of what kind of domain, what is the scale of the customer, what are the plans for you for automation in future? Do you have any enough budget? Do you have any process, any planning for automation in future? I think you should ask these questions at a time of interview. And there is no doubt about it. Okay, there is a great the work culture that matters a lot, that you can get in service based also, in product based also. There is no guys differentiate between these two things, guys. So just take the right decision here, right? So these are the 4-5 points I really wanted to cover today, and I hope that because it's thing that it's very much required, because a lot of people they ask, and then it's so difficult for me to write the same thing again and again, and then it's so difficult to explain the thing. So better now we all on the same page, right? I cannot say that okay, after 3 years, after 4 years or 5 years, what will be your package, 20, 25, 30, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, it could be anything. I really don't have any idea about it. I cannot comment on this because it depends on many factors. What is your current package? Expectation is also wrong, that okay, you're having 5 lakhs ka package and expecting around 20, 25. That is also wrong expectation. You are just having 1 year and 2 years experience guy, and you are expecting 25 lakhs just because of my cousin brother or my friend or my senior got that package. But you see the background. Maybe they're coming from some really good college, or maybe something have their skill set, or maybe something good company background that they are having it. Or most important thing is that the kind of things that these people are doing it, maybe that's a different thing. And the company also, that where exactly you're going, that also matters a lot. So please don't immediately expect. You do your own analysis there. What exactly I'm doing, where exactly I am, that matters a lot. What is my level? Do I really deserve for that or not? Everyone deserves for that, but everyone deserves for the right thing. That matters a lot, guys. Just try to think about it. Don't randomly get disappointed. You have to earn the things, right, with your hard work, and that's very important. I don't want to demoralize anyone that how can you expect that? If you really deserve that, everyone should get it. But when you don't have any idea about it, people ask, okay, Naveen, how to get 25 lakhs package? I always ask, okay, fine, what is the current base package? This again, I'm having around 5 to 7 years. 5 to 7 lakhs per annum. And then you're asking 25, 30, then on what basis? Okay, can you justify your experience? Can you justify that if your company is giving you 25 lakhs ka package, then definitely they really want to get some work from you, and then they're really expecting some different thing from you. That plays important, guys. You have to understand. We all have to have that level of maturity of understanding that where exactly we are going, right? That plays very important here. Now, this video will be there. Don't worry about that. This video is getting recorded. In fact, after that also you can see it anytime. That's not an issue. Automation engineer is earning equal like developer. Yes, I can say that. Why not, Sham? automation engineers, they are making money like anything. You can see that in the Telegram groups, on LinkedIn, people are very much satisfied with the package these days, and the kind of work, the kind of package, the kind of the stock options and everything people are getting it, that they're making really crazy money. And like there are some really good product based companies, the startups are there in the market. They will give you a lot of a huge amount of shares, RSUs, and then and then you can just use them, and then just like make a really good package. Why not? Yes, so I can take a DS algo questions, no doubt about it. It's again that same thing. We always talk about that to crack some big companies, or especially with the the trend. See, I don't want to comment on this thing, okay, why that's the only criteria, because I've already talked a lot earlier in my streams. Whenever I go, I always say this thing that, okay, you cannot decide the QA knowledge just on the basis of the complex DSA or algorithm question that I'm giving to you. That is a wrong criteria. But still, that we are not the only people that, okay, we cannot change the world. This is the way that these people are working. This is the way the companies are working. Then we have to deal with that. How to deal? Just learn about the basic things. So again, I'll just giving you the same answer, that you have to learn about the data structure and algorithm. Don't get panic that, okay, hey, what exactly these people they are asking. If I ask about, okay, hey, find out let's see simple basic question with respect to strings or arrays or hash map or a linked list or anything with respect to the graphs or binary tree or binary search and everything. So these are standard questions that you have to aware of it. People are expecting from the SDET, from the QA point of view, that are you really able to solve, what is your approach, are you have that mindset to solve that particular problem, do you really can you really optimize the code? That plays very important role, right? So this is how you have to learn the things. This is how you have to, you have to showcase your skills at a time of interview while giving the answers, that, okay, hey, can I solve this problem in this particular way? Instead of solving the problem with the ON square or with the ON cube, can I solve the problem with the ON or O of log n? So can you improve that? If you don't understand these terminologies, then it will be very difficult for you to give the answer for that. Then you are just a normal ordinary guy for them, right? But again, that's not the only criteria to pick a QA guy. We should do an overall thing, because we are losing the charm of the QA in that way. A person having 15 years of experience in the QA or 10 years experience in the QA, and he's amazingly great in the QA skills, I would definitely hire that guy, because that is what I really want in my project. That's the problem with the majority of the product companies or startups companies, that they are sometimes majorly focusing on very complex data structure algorithm. The first two questions they will be giving to you, and within 45 minutes you have to solve those two complex problems, and you are not able to do that, and then you are immediately rejected, right? So, but you have to guys learn it. You have to deal with that. You have to adjust with the process. We cannot do much here. What we can do is that we can just give you the content in terms of, let's say, Java collections, Java programming videos are there. You just go and watch those videos, improve your programming skills in terms of solving the problem, in terms of basic string based questions, manipulations, array based questions, sorting, searching, right? These kind of questions, you should improve that, and then you are good to go with that. Okay. Okay, so I don't want to comment on, guys, on the package thing. After 3 years, what will happen? After 3 years, what will be my package and all such things? I think it's perfectly fine. Whatever the package that you are getting, you have to earn it. So we have already discussed about it. So if you have any questions, we can pick quick questions. Very less calls for IT jobs. I don't think so. People are getting offers. People are getting things. I'm not sure the market is still good. We can expect some global recession, no doubt about it, for next 1 year or something. But that's again, it's overall everywhere, is every company. The market, the global market is overall impacted because of whatever happening in the geopolitics. If you follow properly, a lot of things are happening, right? So maybe because of that also we can see some global recession. But you don't need to worry about it. You have to deal with that. What is your weapon? What is your weapon? Your weapon is that learning the things. Improve your things. Make sure, okay, for next 6 months, I have to learn these things. These are the different tools, technologies, whatever is required for the market, for the current market point of view. I have to be different from others. So you have to learn those things. If you're learning it, then it's good. If you're still in your comfort zone, no, we will see later on, or just 15 days back, whenever I'm just preparing for the interview, I'll just prepare for last 10 days and then I go for that. That will never happen, guys, because a lot of new things, a lot of competition is also high. A lot of people are applying for the jobs, and the standards also in terms of interviews and the projects, it's very much high these days. So you have to deal with that. You have to be different from others so that you can just crack the interviews and you can get a really good opportunity in that way. Okay, don't take a wrong decision in a very hurry mode, just like you are having just for a few bucks and then you are just changing the company. That is also not a good thing, and every 6 months you are changing the company. That is again not a good thing all the time, because it takes time to adjust with the people, adjust with the company, the process and the product, and then by the time 6 months are over and then you are changing the company. That's not a good thing, guys. Okay, Vinay, please don't copy paste the same thing. I'm taking your question. See, there is no solution for that as such, like how to overcome the opportunity that says automation role, but you are getting manual testing. So you have to create your own opportunity, right? This is what happens majority of the time. I mean, most of the time it will happen in majority of the companies, that you have to deal with this thing. It's there, they hired you for the testing. You have to showcase that, okay, yeah, this is the scope for the automation. You have to show that level of maturity. Changing the company and changing the project is not the only solution, until unless that you are really frustrated over there, and then management is not ready to listen you, and then they are not bothering about your things. Then in that way, okay, fine, that's time that, okay, you are not happy, and then you just leave the company. But if you're not getting enough opportunity, you have to create your own opportunities. You have to propose the solutions that, okay, yeah, this is what I'm doing it, and then you can just design your own automation thing, propose the thing, the automation stuff, do a POC, at least try to do that, and then showcase this is the importance of the automation. This is what at least 10, 20, 30 sanity test cases that you have already automated, and we are saving a lot of time. So what if we give more and more time, and we can hire one more resource on this particular for this particular position, we can save a lot of time and we can deliver to the customer in the production very quickly. So in that way you can justify that. But obviously that is still the mindset in the companies, that your manager is always behind you. Leave automation and then do the manual testing. That is also fine. Once in a while we have to do that, but you have to make sure that, okay, you should not get into that situation. Whatever the automation things that you are doing, you are utilizing it, you are leveraging that particular automation. That plays very important thing. Leverage the automation means whatever you have developed, it should be used in the real-time projects. You have designed hundreds of test cases, but you are still not running it on a daily basis. Your automation code is not able to identify the issues in your code. Your checkpoints are not that great. You're missing a lot of assertions and the validations. And then the manual tester, they are finding the bugs in your application, and then you're getting a lot of production bugs. It means your automation is not up to the mark. Don't try to automate everything. Whatever it's required, try to do that. Don't do unnecessary fancy things or unnecessary automation, which is not at all good for automation point of view. Try to focus more and more at the back-end level. Try to minimize your UI automation test cases. Only happy path scenarios you try to automate that, and then showcase that. Management is not going to plan for automation. You have to plan it. You are the automation guy. If management is going to tell you that, okay, this is what you have to do, then why exactly I have hired you? You are expert. We have hired you as an automation expert. Then you should suggest that, okay, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? And still, if you are not able to do this, it's still like management is not giving the opportunity to you, and they are so much reluctant about it, then in that case, it's gone. Then in that case, you should leave the company and you should change the project or something like that. Then you should go for some different opportunities like that, right? Yeah, it's good to switch to the DevOps also. There is no doubt about it. Without DevOps, you cannot set up the infrastructure. You cannot maintain the infrastructure. Your company growth, DevOps culture, the SRE team plays a very important role, because DevOps means is a culture. Development plus operation team, they are working together. It means your engineering team and the development team and the operation team, they are working together and then building the infrastructure and then doing it. So I think it's a very great thing if you are really interested in terms of cloud, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of deploying the thing, release processes and everything. if you're really interested and you really feel that, okay, yeah, that's my, I can really improve in that area, and I really love that particular kind of work, maintaining the pipelines, creating the CI/CD pipelines, and all such things, then yeah, I think you should go with that. That's not an issue with that, right? Okay, what's your thought about AWS for us future perspective? See, AWS is everywhere. It's not about that you have to be specific into AWS, right, guys? Because if I ask you that, okay, hey, do I really need to learn about the specific operating system or something? Because operating system is so much necessary these days that you should know that how to work on Windows and Mac machines. Same thing, that where exactly your applications are running. Your applications are running on the different cloud infrastructure. Either it could be AWS or GCP or Google Cloud or AWS or anywhere. So it's a part of your learning. Otherwise, how will you test it? Otherwise, if I ask you that, okay, hey, your application, your service are running on the AWS, you have to hit all those AWS clients and everything. You should know the basic features of AWS, right? So that's an important thing that you have to learn about it. You should know about how to create an instance over there, and then how to hit the API, how exactly the maintain the database over there, SQL and NoSQL database over there, and then how to maintain the services and everything, how to hit the endpoints on my AWS. These are the basic things you should really know about all these things. Okay. Okay, great. So again, I'll come on this BDD point also. A couple of people asking about the learning the BDD, Cucumber and everything. See, again, there's a lot of debate around BDD and Cucumber, and you tell that, okay, do you really agree on that? What is BDD? Cucumber is just a tool which supports the process of BDD. BDD is what? Is a test-centric approach where all three amigos, you understand, right? All the QA team, QA guy and the PO and the developer, they are sitting together, and then all the stakeholders, they're sitting together and they are writing a common language. A Gherkin is not only the BDD. You can write in any language. You can write simple, normal, plain English, a sentence also in the form of acceptance criteria. But Gherkin keyword or Cucumber is not the only thing that you have to learn. So first you have to understand that, okay, is it really needed that I have to use Cucumber in my project? Because management also sometimes they don't understand that. You're writing the feature file, right? And then you are writing a step definition file, one extra layer that you are adding on top of, on top of your TestNG cases and everything. You're writing your page classes, a step definition, and then writing the test cases in the form of a step definition. And on top of that, you are contributing for the feature file also. Do you really prefer that? And nobody is actually contributing for those feature files. You are the only guy responsible for the feature files. That's a bad thing. Why have you added then unnecessary? It means you're not following the BDD properly. BDD means the behavioral driven development. It should be driven by all three amigos. Everyone has to contribute for that. If only QA team is responsible for that, you are doing it wrong. It means you don't understand BDD. So just don't use it just for the sake of doing it. If you're using it wrong, you're totally doing it wrong. So that is not the right thing to use BDD in that way, guys. Please try to understand that. Don't run behind the tools. Understand that, okay, is it really needed? If your management doesn't understand that, you give a presentation. You give your own counterpart that, okay, hey, why are we doing this? You just talk to your QA manager or QA lead over there or any senior guy that, okay, why are we doing that? The development team is also ready to contribute for the API. The product manager is also ready to contribute for the feature file. Are they really ready to contribute for that? If you are giving this, that's only my task as a QA task, I'm not going to do that. That is not the right thing, because it's unnecessary burden on me to maintain those feature files and complex feature files. Every time I have to maintain that. I don't want to do that. I'm happy with the basic test driven development approach with the test change and everything. I'm happy with that. Why to create unnecessary layer on top of that? Right, guys? Playwright is a great tool, Sanket, no doubt about it. It was like it is doing amazingly great. And if I tell you one thing with respect to Playwright, Selenium, see, as in the last stream also I told that you cannot take Selenium out from the market. That is not possible. If you take my advice or my opinion, that is what I feel. Okay, And I'm pretty much sure that okay, it will never happen that okay, Selenium will be gone in the market. I see LinkedIn comment somewhere that okay, no, Selenium is nothing in front of Cypress. Like on what basis you are saying Selenium jobs are not there? Everyone is asking about this particular tool or this node or something like that. It's not true, guys. You see that the latest surveys, people are using Selenium from last 1 decade, from last couple of years, from last 5 7 years. People, they have already implemented the project in Selenium, because Selenium is very old tool now. From last 15 years Selenium is there in the market, released in 2008 after the RC, then WebDriver 2 3 and 4 is there. And you see in Selenium 4 you will find everything, almost everything is there with respect to UI automation. Hardly you will see that okay, Selenium cannot do with respect to UI as compared to Playwright or Cypress. Maybe Playwright is having some extra features, or maybe different way of using the features or implementing the features, but you cannot take Selenium out of the market. That is not possible, because it's so user friendly. It's super fantastically stable tool these days. It supports like multiple languages, multiple browsers. The best thing is about that you can learn with the Python. You can use Selenium with Python, Java, JavaScript, or any standard programming language. You can use that. But Playwright plays also a very important role. What exactly Playwright smartly did, whatever the loopholes were there in Selenium and in Cypress or maybe any XYZ tool, they just try to implement in their own way and then saying that okay, yeah, why don't you use that? But still, I would major advantage with the Selenium is that the WebDriver W3C protocol in Selenium 4, that plays the standard. And these days, open source tool having the W3C standard, right? That is the brand of Selenium, and you cannot beat that brand. That Cypress and other tools, they will never achieve that. It will take ages to achieve that. I'm not saying they will never be able to do that, but it will take ages. And then again, there are a lot of debate that JavaScript is not the right language for automation. Cypress is not for the right thing for end-to-end automation or for proper automation thing. So it's again different people having their own different opinion about it. If I ask me, if you ask me directly, learning Cypress is again a difficult task. You agree or not? Don't go with the simple thing, guys. Simple thing means dot click, dot send keys. No. If I ask you to create a generic method to handle a very complex web table with the pagination and with the dynamic concept, can you handle it properly with Cypress? It takes time to understand that. And there are a lot of confusing topics with Cypress and with other tools. Same thing, these things are very systematically available in Selenium. Community support is so great. If you're stuck somewhere, any single exception you stack, you just copy paste on Google, on Stack Overflow, you will see thousands of solutions. Videos on YouTube are available, blogs are written on each and every topic. So whatever the problems that you are facing right now, people, they have already faced years back, and then they have already given the solution. This is called a community support, right? And we cannot give yes or no to a specific tool until a few YouTubers like me or maybe some other guy, they are preparing the video on the basis of that. We always give, okay, fine, these are the pros and cons. If you really want to learn, you can learn that. But I don't want to promote a specific tool here. Selenium I'm promoting. Why? Because Selenium is already stable in the market, is already established in the market. But if you ask me about okay, what is the future of Cypress, what is the future of Playwright, I cannot give a right answer over here, or maybe the accurate answer for that. Why? Because right now still people are adopting, people are using in the project. Don't go with this, someone is saying okay in some webinar or in some conference that okay, yeah, let's start using Cypress. Until unless you are not using it practically, if you are happy with that tool, if it is solving all your problems with respect to project automation and everything, that tool is the right thing for you. Doesn't matter you're using Selenium or Cypress for that, right? Importance of data structure and all those things, we have already covered that. Okay, we can take this exam. With this question also, let's say 15 years experience guy and then having the 20 lakhs of package, and then that's again, do you really think so? I don't want to demoralize here, but I really want to make sure that okay, you just think about it, about your career and everything, about your growth, about your personal growth. After 10-15 years, you expect a decent package, a decent life, a decent lifestyle, a decent in terms of the package benefits. So if you feel that okay, yeah, I'm not able to survive with this package, I have other responsibilities also, and all such things are happening, then in that case I think you should go and then start learning about it. You have to be serious about it instead of asking the question here that okay, is it really enough or something. If you feel that okay, no, this package, this 22 lakhs package is not enough after 15 years, then you think about it that how will you survive in the market. Then other junior folks are having a better package than you. It's slightly harsh thing that I'm telling you guys, but this is a fact. I'm very open and very blunt about it, but this is a fact. You have to think about it, right? I cannot solve your problem. You have to solve your problem means you have to be aware of it. You have to spend more time on your learning. You are somebody already late in the market. So that's the thing that we have. This is our job. We have to upgrade our things in IT industry. Every day there is a new learning. Every day there are new things are happening in the market. Every day this XYZ company is asking for this particular tool, right? So it's not your problem or my problem. It's everywhere that okay, we have to face this. If you really want to grow, some other people will grow and they will get the right offer with the right package. So you have to be aware of it. You have to make sure that okay, yeah, whatever that you are getting it, and whatever it's really, do you really deserve a better package or something, then in that case you start learning. And in order to start learning, you have to think okay, fine, these are the standard things are there in the market. Either have to learn through some courses or any XYZ learning source that you have it, please start doing it, guys. Don't hesitate and don't please waste your time on unnecessary things or unnecessary debates or unnecessary comfort zone that you are having it. Please don't do that. They'll say, Foodie, you can crack any interview, Naveen. No, I cannot. It's not like that. There are very good, smart people are there in the industry. They are far better than me. And then definitely that if I deserve, then definitely we can do that. But yeah. And it's not like I never got the rejections. I got such badly rejections also in my life, that such like humiliating rejections also I have seen in my life. Okay, so that was like I literally like depressed that okay, yeah, how can I do these blunders and I don't know anything. That phase also I have seen. So it's not like okay that everyone is having the fancy life and these YouTubers are having the fancy lives. No, it's not like that. We have seen the struggle. You go there from 20 kilometers for the interview, and then within 5 minutes you are coming back because you are not able to give the right answer, or not a single answer you are not able to give that. So that is also, we have seen that. But after that, what exactly you have to do, that matters a lot. If you really feel that okay, no, I deserve that, what other people are doing, in fact I have to do this also. So for that, what exactly I have to prepare, that plays important role here. How to keep yourself motivated for constant upskilling? Any suggestion or advice would be a great help. Yeah, Amir, that plays very important thing. See, the motivation, self-motivation is very important, and the self-motivation will come into the picture when you are seeing the people around you, and then you feel that okay, and you are very serious about your career, about your growth, about the personal growth. You really feel that okay, yeah, you have a dream of joining this particular company, but you have no idea about it, that how to join that, and you don't have those skills. You set your target, and when you see the things, right, I always say okay, how will you get motivated in the gym also? When you see the changes that okay, yeah, I'm getting a good muscles and good biceps, I'm losing my weight, I'm looking great now, I lost couple of weight, and then yeah, that's a really good sign. But that's why that is the motivation. Same thing in your skills also. When you start seeing the things, you start contributing in your project, you start cracking interviews, that is the motivation. You start getting a good package, good hike in your current company. This is the motivation. You think about okay, fine, if I jumping from 10 to 20 lakhs or 25 lakhs after learning all those things, what will be your life after 25 lakhs? Definitely you can maintain a good house, good car, good things, good trips, good travel, and good lifestyle. You think about it in that way. Everyone deserves for that, right? So that's what I'm saying, that is the part of your motivation. And then every day you have to keep learning. And once you learn the things, start this process, eventually it will start coming in your mind that okay, yeah, this is what, now next 6 month target, I have to learn about this XYZ tool. Now after that, I have to learn about this. I need to check that okay, what exactly other people are doing in the market. That is what you have to do that. Rook is saying, thanks Naveen for the content. 20 to 50% hike after following your content. That's great, right, man? Thank you. Thanks for watching, and then many congratulations. Great. So future of testing, Anup, that again, see, don't you think that, okay, like future of testing is gone or there is no future in the testing? It's not like that. These things are like there in the market from last 10, 15 years. When I started my career, that time also I used to hear the same thing from my, from my, from my different relatives in the, okay, in my family, that, okay, hey, what exactly Naveen is doing, why he actually prefer testing in the QA and all such things. That's not true, guys. It's not like that. The boring testing that you are doing it, that's a bad testing that you are doing. Maybe the testing is somewhere boring or not that demanding for those people who are not doing any extraordinary thing. If you really want to do that, testing is very interesting. Finding the bugs, finding the issues, make sure that, okay, you're taking about the quality and in a better skill set in terms of automation and everything, then it's having a great future, no doubt about it. So don't worry about that. Something will not happen in the industry with the testing, or testing will be vanished. It will never happen like that. Without testing team, how can you deliver the best quality product to the team? Okay. Yeah, GitHub Actions very soon will be there. Girish, GitHub Actions is a very hot topic these days. In fact, in the last RTP Bangalore also we covered the same topic. Mukesh actually covered the same topic. We will try to have one workshop actually on GitHub Actions very soon. So it will be there for sure. That is actually in the pipeline. Amit is saying 2.5 years too late for switch manual to automation. No, Amit, it's absolutely fine. You have already spent 2.5 years now. I think learn about the right things in automation, implement in your current project. And when you feel okay, yeah, it's time to switch in terms of work, in terms of package and everything that you really deserve. First, you try to negotiate in your current company, and then still they are not ready to do that. Then you can think about the switching the job. Somebody is asking that, okay, how to decline the companies that you already got the offer. See, again, that's a very important thing that you have to think about it, because declining is again as a task, because be professional about it, guys, because you never know that the company HR, the manager again will meet you okay, in future in some project somewhere in the industry, because this is the world is round, because you never know that where exactly that person is coming. So maybe in the next company or next company after 5 years that he will be your manager once again. So that plays an important role. Just be just normal, just whatever that you are explaining, I mean, giving the reason in terms of leaving the company, just very professionally do that. Don't randomly leave the company or abandon the company. That is a very, very bad thing. That is not a good sign for your career also. Somewhere you will have to face the consequences later on. I'm telling you, that is what happened with a couple of people actually. And then I'm not talking about they will block you and they will blacklist you or something. It's fine. There are other opportunities also, but that makes a wrong impression in the industry and wrong name in the industry. So make sure that, okay, if you are not happy after 15 days of joining, just very politely write an email. You're already on the probation period. Having the probation period means like notice period of 15 days or something. Just spend a notice period over there and then just leave it with the process. Systematically you do it. Don't just try to randomly abandon the company and suddenly next day onwards you are not coming to the office, and then don't giving the laptop also, and then that is a bad sign. So yeah, Siddharth, for mock interview, you can mail me right now. We will have a mock interviews once again. Right now, like from last couple of months, I was like extremely busy with my other stuff. But mock interviews for sure will be there. Penetration testing is always there. It's you have to at least learn about it. The penetration testing, how exactly that the security testing is happening, and then just try to learn from the best and get some courses, or maybe try to ask in your company that can you please arrange some on the workshops on the security and the penetration testing, and then they can hire some really good guy, and then you can just implement in your current project, and then you are, I think it's a great learning, no doubt about it. Yeah, mock interview we are actually doing in offline. It's not like every mock interview we are not publishing it on YouTube, but it's actually happening. It's not like that. But from last 1 month, it's not happening because of my schedule was really busy. That is not happening. Yeah. Yeah, the latest Postman also that we have to start. So let me just finish this quickly, this Playwright series, and we will try to do that for sure. Yeah. Rohit, I've already given the answer for your question after 12 years. So please don't copy paste the same thing. No, no, no. RTP Pune is a different. Okay. So I don't want to reveal the topics, but it will be different for sure. Different from Bangalore. So please join, guys, if you are in Pune, Mumbai, and nearby cities. Please try to come, and then please try to join. We have already got 75, more than 75 registrations, like within 3 days. And please come, and then I'm pretty much sure it will be a great event. You will learn a lot of good things. You will meet a lot of new people over there. How much we can expect salary, Priyanka is asking, from companies like Amazon, Walmart for QAE role. In my current package is around 10 lakhs per annum. See, again, I cannot give you any figure about it, Priyanka. Just face it, and then whatever their standard. The good thing about these companies is that whatever their standards are already there, the band is already designed, already defined in the current company, and around that, okay, they will give it to you. And then it's after that, it's up to you how exactly you are going to negotiate the things with them. How to manage manual as well as automation? Only one person for the project SQA. Yeah, that's a difficult thing sometimes, but you have to deal with both the things. You cannot concentrate only on manual or only for automation. That you can just propose the things to the management, to your manager in your 101. Just try to do that. Schedule a call with them. Be vocal about it that it's too much for me. You're expecting automation as well as sprint deliverables also, the quality also, the test case execution, test case designing and everything. For with one single resource, it's very, very difficult to manage the things. You just try to say that, and just try to see that, try to explain that how exactly you are pressurized in terms of work and everything. I'm pretty much sure, okay, your management is smart enough. They will definitely understand your problem, and I'm sure that, okay, they will try to hire one more guy, maybe junior, senior guy at least. Okay. Okay, so yeah, another thing we can take that after 10, 12 years of automation experience, what is the next thing? What is a career map? Again, that's the same thing. There are many things, okay, in automation. The career graph is again, it depends on you. I would advise you that, okay, after 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, 15 years, you start, going towards your, there are two areas. One is the proper automation architect, or try to learn about the different, automation design patterns and everything. More and more R&D that you're doing, creating more and more utilities, preparing the infrastructure for the team, and then for the companies, for the organization, contributing for the performance testing and security as well, and then taking care of the overall automation, process in the current company. That is again, okay, you can do that. But another role is that you can just go along with your, normal, along with your management, technical manager kind of role also you can give that. If you really think, okay, yeah, I can solve people's problem, I can do a people management also I can contribute that. Along with that, I can contribute for automation. I can just participate in the design discussions and everything, and then the engineering designs also that I can propose to the engineering team. Then in that case, you can go with the engineering manager kind of role also, because I was also exactly doing the exactly same thing as that manager, and more of an engineering manager kind of role, and then moving in that direction. Then after that, my next promotion was like senior engineering manager, and then a director of the company, or director of that particular company, something like this, that you can do that. So I think it's a really great curve. Then you can become that principal automation architect or automation architect. In that area also you can go with that, more and more pure technical areas. And then one day you can become a CTO of the company also, why not? Okay. So Jama Brook is asking, got a job offer after finishing the boot camp. Congratulations. Well, somehow I cracked the interview and got it, but their automation is different than I learned. Mostly backend automation, which I don't know. Advice. See, Jama, that is, I don't know from where the boot camp that you joined. If you have covered the automation with respect to backend or REST API automation, or any service level automation that you have learned, like Postman and Swagger, or or rest assured, these are the tools that if you use that, then it will be easy. So just try to understand that which client for the APIs that they are using it, how exactly they are hitting the client, which tool that they are using it, and then which library that they are writing the test cases and everything, and then try to understand their framework, and then what are different types of APIs, authentication, authorization things are that they are using it, and then try to collect all the data for your APIs, and then try to hit those APIs through the postman. So when you hit the things for the postman, that will also help you a lot. You have to understand that, okay, yeah, we are getting the response. See, don't you think it's an amazing feeling when you hit the API in the postman and you're getting the response with the 200 OK with the proper JSON payload? Don't you think that gives you a smile on the face that, okay, yeah, this is what now after proper authentication, proper token, everything is so working fine. And then after that, you just need to automate that, because automation process will be a standard for all different automation tools. See, you must have seen that if you're coming from automation, backend automation background, everywhere the concept will remain same. The concept is that you just need to create a REST client. REST client is that, what is REST client? The REST client in terms of, I'm talking about the, either it is HTTP client or REST assured client or JMeter client or any OK HTTP or any XYZ library that you are using it, then you are just like exactly same thing that you have to do that, right? So you just need to understand what the different APIs are there, and after that things will be super easy. Mail me if you are facing any issues. We will try to have a separate call on that. Karnam Tej is asking, who is having the more weightage in terms of SDET or SDE? Oh, sorry, in terms of salary and the respect. Respect, everyone deserves that, no doubt about it. So salary, it depends on you, right? So it depends on you that how exactly you are showcasing your skills. Somewhere in some companies, because SDE, they are the main players to develop the application and everything. But if a company, they don't understand the value of the QA, I think there is no point to join that company also. That is also a fact, guys. I really want to share this thing that if a management, they don't respect the QA process, they don't respect the automation things, then there is no point to join such environment. There is no point for that. But yes, package wise, it's, I think, equally good. I don't think so there is a huge difference that you are just making 10 lakhs and somebody is making 25 lakhs with the same years of experience. I don't think so it's like that. It depends on you, how exactly and how smartly you are playing in the market. Market is good, Atul, no doubt about it. And you can see that if you notice one thing, you just say yes or no in the comment. Don't you think that, okay, from last 4-5 years there is a huge revolution happened in the QA industry, especially with if you see the QA job market also. And there are so many opportunities are there. Every company, they started hiring QA. They have started focusing on the QA. In fact, when we started that time, right? That time there were no such concept of automation things initially. And everybody is just running behind one specific tool, let's say QTP. And only cool folks, only cool dudes in the company, they used to do the automation. And we will just like to see them, okay, wow, this guy knows about load runner and the QTP. And then we are just a manual QA guy. But if you see from especially 5 years, especially from last 4-5 years, the kind of revolution happened, the kind of transition happened from manual to automation and everything. Whatever we all are learning together and proposing things and then sharing the knowledge, in terms of courses, in terms of resources, in terms of YouTube channel, and then training materials and everything. That is what happened, and this is what we have to continue. Okay, and it's not a bubble at all. Some people say that, okay, no, automation is just a bubble. It will, if it is a bubble, it would have burst already. It's not a bubble. People are having really success stories with the automation. If you are doing it wrong, then it means you don't know maybe automation, or you are just trying to do the wrong things. Okay, and then you don't know how to implement the right automation. That's why your automation projects are not that successful. So just don't worry about the market. Market is really great. Don't worry about that. Selenium Java series is already there. Please try to do that. Go and then check here and there. Some few things are changed. So just please go and check it again. Okay, so market for new testers is good or not? I'm belonging to other field, non-IT. Please suggest me, sir, something. See, Amit, if you're coming from non-IT background, or let's see, totally different background, I think don't try to come just for the automation point of view. Try to come that, okay, yeah, you really have some enthu for the testing. That plays a very important role because okay, because that plays very important role, because what is happening there, that is especially for the in IT, especially in terms of automation also, the testing plays a very important role. Because if you really don't know that how to perform a testing, if you really understand that what is testing, different types of testing, how to raise a bug, how to log a bug, how to find the proper bug, what do you mean by function and the non-functional testing, so just try to improve those things first, and then you get into automation. That will be like a feather in a cap, right? That will help you a lot to understand that. And I think it's a great career, no doubt about it. Great thing. You will have a lot of good things. Every company these days are asking about automation and the testing everywhere. You go to LinkedIn also, jobs also. In fact, you just go to the job section and then you will see a lot of good things over there, no doubt about it, right? Yeah, Nandi Gandhi Naveen saying this happens when that people set the wrong expectation in terms of when you join as a fresher or something, and then a newbie in the company, and they introduce you as a senior test engineer or something. So just be clear about it, in advance. Don't give any false expectation that okay, you are somewhere expert or some expert is joining the company. Whatever you know about it, just okay, tell in upfront before the interview, and then before joining, and then on the day of joining also. This is what I know. If something they are expecting extra, you really need some time to understand and to learn those things. But never say no, that okay, I'm not ready for that, and I don't want to take it. Just take the challenge and then just go for it. Okay, so I think that's all. I think majority of the questions that okay, I tried my best, guys, because you can see in the chat there are like thousands of questions are there, but I always see the okay, which is something very important which we did not cover in the last live also. And yeah, Vidya, we can take, well, let's take this question also. Automation test into business analyst or product manager. It's a good thing, no doubt about it. If you don't feel that okay, I'm not liking automation or I'm not liking the testing profile, good thing about with the tester is that they really know in and out about the product, because you have already seen the product, many use cases that you have already automated and then executed through manual testing and everything. So it's easy for you to understand the customer mindset, how exactly customer is actually expecting in terms of acceptance criteria and the business and everything. So I think it's a no doubt about it. It's a great career. And in fact, in my family also, the couple of people, they actually did it. They really jumped from automation profile to the product management, and they are really doing great over there. And it's not like you really need to have an MBA degree for that. It's not like that. Job burnout and the mental health is very important, Imran. Why not? Because obviously that, as we've already discussed about it, that if you're not happy and if really getting tortured, and then your management is not at all supportive, and a lot of micromanagement things are happening over there, you're always having a lot of options in the market. Just try to discuss with your manager, this is what is happening. And you cannot expect anyone in the industry, guys. It's not like industry is full of smart people or amazing great people. It's not like that. Everywhere you will see some fringe elements also. Everywhere you will see that, right? 5% people are like that. So you just simply go and then check that. If you are not getting the right things, then it's up to you. Take a right decision, and then that's it. That's good for, just it's good to go with that. There is no doubt about it. Okay, mental health is the most important thing. See, if you are not happy with your work, with your office, with your colleagues, and then with your company, and then if you're not liking your work, then it's so like, we are not servants, right? It's not like okay, we are working as a labor or something. It's not like that. We are having spending time 8 to 9 hours over there, Monday to Friday we are working, 40 hours we are spending, and we deserve the equal respect, right? And we don't deserve the micromanagement kind of thing. Just go with that. There is no as such concept, Ravi, the cloud testing future, because everything is on the cloud these days. Any single application these days, everything is hosted on the cloud. You should know about the cloud technologies in terms of Amazon, in terms of things are happening on the cloud, their APIs and everything. That plays a very, very important role. Okay. Great, guys. So I think that's all for today. It's already like we started 7, now it's already 8:45. So what do you think? We should regularly have these kind of sessions. Next time, next week, maybe we can have some other set of questions, more technical questions. We can take it, and then we can take the questions from the live chat. This is what I'm planning actually, so that we all will be connected, and then we all will see, okay, yeah, this is what is happening in the industry, and then like that. Because it's not like every time you can just come for the meetups and everything, but this is something I think we can do. And then if you are expecting something, any specific series or any specific thing that you're expecting, that feel free to let me know in the comment section. We will definitely try to have it. Okay, so perfect. Thank you all for your support, and yeah, that this year was really great, amazingly great. A lot of things that we did, and the good thing is that your success, because that's so good to see. People are getting the offers, and people are getting the jobs, and then I can see the revolution happened in the IT, especially in the testing department, and then where people are learning the things, and then now you understand that, okay, 3-4 years experience guy is also having career path in their mind. Otherwise we were so confused earlier that what is my career, where exactly I'm going, what will be the future of after a few years, what is happening here, right? Like by mistake I got into testing, and then my management forced me to get into testing, and I'm not doing anything. Then what is happening there? So I think that is what very important. And once you know the things, after that you know that what to do after that. Okay, so great. API automation series, Narayan, yeah, hi yaar, bilkul, we will do that. In fact, very soon we are coming with a live batch also for API. We will do that for sure. Great. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks for coming on Sunday evening. That's all for today. I'm really sorry that, okay, I cannot take each and every question, because it's so difficult to take it, but definitely we'll try to take in the next in the next session for sure. Great. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next live then. And let me just share the registration link for the RTP Pune. If you haven't registered, guys, please go for it. It's a 1 day, few hours event, and I'm pretty much sure that you will be learning great things over there. So just come, and then if the Bangalore people, they have already joined, I mean, the last meetup, if you really want to share those experiences with that, so please go with that. Okay, I'll share the link over here. I don't know where to share that, somewhere here. Yeah, this is the registration link. Please go and register for that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, plan is that, see, it's so many things. First of all, that you have to be in sync with other organizers, and then other other folks in terms of logistics. It's so difficult to find the place in other cities. A lot of coordination is required. If you guys are have any place in your mind in Hyderabad or in Delhi, or different cities that you have, please feel free to contact me, Mukesh and Sanjay. We will try to organize the event in that in that city as well, for sure. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining, guys. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye bye, and God bless you all.